People said I was lucky. A loyal husband, a stable life, a marriage that survived 7 long years without scandal. Daniel was admired, soft-spoken, hardworking, respectful, and I was proud to stand beside him as his wife. At least I thought I was. Our marriage wasn't perfect, but it was peaceful. Morning coffee together, weekend grocery trips, inside jokes only we understood. When people asked me the secret to our happiness, I used to smile and say, communication. What a joke. The changes were subtle at first. Daniel stopped sharing his day. His phone was always on silent. He'd smile at messages but never tell me who they were from. When I asked, he'd casually reply, office stuff. I trusted him, because that's what wives do. Late nights became normal, business trips became frequent, and intimacy, the kind that once felt natural, started to feel forced, mechanical, empty. One night, I reached for him in bed. He pulled away and pretended to sleep. That was the first time I cried silently, facing the wall. Still, I told myself I was overthinking. Until the evening, everything collapsed. I was folding laundry when his phone vibrated on the bed. Just one message preview was enough to stop my breathing. I miss your body. Last night wasn't enough. My hands shook as I picked up the phone. I told myself not to look, but betrayal has a way of forcing your eyes open. Daniel had never changed his fingerprint access. That night, I discovered a version of my husband I had never met. Explicit messages, hotel bookings, voice notes filled with laughter I hadn't heard in months. He called her baby, told her she understood him better than I ever could. The woman's name was Melissa. A colleague. Younger, single, bold enough to love a married man or foolish enough to believe his promises. I sat on the floor for hours, phone in my hand, while my entire life replayed in my mind. The trips, the excuses, the distance. It all made sense. When Daniel came home, I acted normal. I cooked dinner. I asked about his day. I even smiled. Inside, something had changed forever. That night, while he slept peacefully beside me, I stared at the ceiling and made a decision. I would not beg. I would not scream. I would not expose him in rage. If Daniel thought I was weak, I would let him believe it. Because revenge is best served when the other person doesn't see it coming. Over the next few weeks, I watched him closely. I noted everything. His lies became predictable, his routines sloppy. The man who once hid things carefully had grown careless. I accessed our joint finances. Hotel charges, luxury gifts, flights booked on days he claimed to be working late. He wasn't just cheating. He was stealing from our marriage. I saved every proof, screenshots, emails, bank statements. Then I discovered something worse. Daniel wasn't planning to stop. He was planning to leave me. One email said it all. Once things settle, I'll talk to my wife. She's emotionally dependent. It'll take time. Emotionally dependent. 7 years of loyalty, reduced to a weakness. That was the moment my pain turned into clarity. I didn't want him back. I wanted justice. And Daniel was about to pay, slowly. The opportunity came sooner than expected. Daniel told me he had a mandatory conference out of town. 3 days, 2 nights. He kissed my forehead and promised to bring me a gift. I smiled and helped him pack. The same night, I booked my own room in the same hotel. Watching him walk into the lobby with Melissa felt surreal. He looked lighter, free of responsibility, free of guilt. She laughed like she had already won. I didn't confront them. Not yet. I went back to my room and sent the emails. Anonymous, precise, cold. To his company's HR department. Attached were documents proving misuse of company funds, falsified travel claims, an undisclosed workplace relationship. I didn't accuse. I let evidence do the talking. Within 10 days, Daniel was suspended pending investigation. He came home furious. "They're trying to ruin my career," he said. I touched his arm gently. "We'll get through this." Lies feel different when you know the truth. Next, I reached out to Melissa. Not with anger, but honesty. I invited her for coffee. Her confidence vanished the moment she realized who I was. I showed her messages, not between her and Daniel, but between Daniel and other women. "You're not the first," I said calmly, "and you wouldn't have been the last." Her hands trembled. She left crying. Daniel lost her that same week. Then came the final act. I served him divorce papers, along with printed evidence of every betrayal. He denied it, then blamed stress, then begged. "I still love you," he said. I looked at him, the man I once trusted with my soul. "No," I replied. "You loved comfort, not me." The divorce was swift. I kept the house, my share of the savings, and my dignity. Daniel lost his job, his reputation, and the illusion that he was untouchable. Months later, I heard he was living with his parents, trying to rebuild a life that collapsed under the weight of his own lies. And me. I traveled, I healed, I rediscovered myself. Revenge didn't make me bitter. It made me free. Because the real punishment for a cheating spouse isn't destruction. It's watching the person they betrayed rise stronger than ever.